Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, let's get up to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. There to call all the action. We welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Ravens offense coming onto the field. There's quarterback Lamar Jackson. And don't want to hand out awards until the season's officially over. But
MVP.
Yeah, I think the engraver's workbench is prepped and ready to go to put his name on there. NFL record for rushing yards in a season by a quarterback, passing Michael Vick in Week 15 against the Jets. If you're looking to the playoffs, what do teams need to do to slow down Lamar Jackson?
Well, what they're going to try to do is take away all of the running game. And that means you've got to take away Mark Ingram as well, his tailback, because if he gets things established running inside, that's when Lamar Jackson's really dangerous, faking it to him and getting to the edges. But you're going to put extra people with eyes on him to try and take away the run. So for the playoffs, Lamar Jackson, just be prepared to hit those layups downfield because there will be open receivers.
13 yards on the game's opening play.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready? Mike 55. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. The starting defense for the Titans.
Kenny Vaccaro is an excellent player. Can cover in the slot, but his best attributes, tackling people and rushing the quarterback.
Here we go. 15 on it. Run your job.
Jackson now off the bootleg. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice play, baby. Nice play.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Adam Humphries deep for the Titans. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Leading out the Tennessee Titans is the native of Lubbock, Texas, Ryan Tannehill. Spent 6 seasons in Miami, and now the quarterback of the Tennessee Titans, and perhaps no quarterback maybe even no player in the game, rehabilitated his career more than Ryan Tannehill did with the Titans in the second half of this season. Took over as a starter in Week 7, led the Titans to 6 wins in his first 7 starts to get these guys back into playoff contention. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First down, Titans, gain of 12. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
You ready? 36 to Mike. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And he finds Corey Davis. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A first down carry for Henry. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. And we roll now on the graphics for the offensive starters.
Let's take a look at the left tackle, Taylor Lewan. A big, gregarious guy with great athletic ability. Plays the game with a little bit of an edge. In fact, he doesn't play to the whistle. He plays to the echo of the whistle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Ready? Down.
Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Back to throw, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Ready? 90, Wolf. Hey, pick your game up. Jim. Ready?
On first down, it's Henry, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
And free safety Earl Thomas has a list of accomplishments as long as anyone's arm. But the thing I think about with him at all times, no matter what happens in front of him on the defensive end of the ball, he's back there to erase any mistakes that happen. The top guy in the league, as far as I'm concerned, in that category.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll stay with Lewis here on first down. That good for 22 and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here we go. 8 read. No chance. Lead grip.
They'll run on first down. Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Draw play. This is Henry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they come up now 2nd and goal.
Ready. 70, Indy. 2.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 3 now, this is 3rd and goal. Tannehill. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore number 1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has got it together and the defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 61 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jackson. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Set. 18 Gator.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Down. 30 base.
Right here, right here. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Let's go.
On first down, it's Tannehill. He completes it to Henry. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
Let's go. 60 or. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Ready?
A draw play here, Lewis. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Yo, check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches. 2 minutes.
Open man is Davis. He's got it for the Tennessee touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass as they are now on the board here in the first half.
1st and goal. Forget running the football. Forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with the pass for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think 1st and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. As the Ravens come back out here on offense, we talked about Lamar Jackson earlier, Charles, but these Ravens, they rolled through the middle part of the season. Couple losses in September, but undefeated in October, November, and rolled that into December. They've answered every big question thus far. The wins over Seattle, New England, Houston, the Rams, the Niners and Bills as well. Are they the favorites to hoist the Lombardi Trophy in Miami on February 2nd?
I believe they are because they are a complete team. As much as Lamar Jackson powers everything on offense, he has Marquise Hollywood Brown out wide. He can throw the ball deep too. Dependable tight ends led by Mark Andrews. Really good offensive line. Mark Ingram can run it. The defense comes at you from every imaginable angle. And if you're trying to prepare on offense for them, it is hard to do, and your quarterback gets hit a lot. And they have the best kicker in the league in Justin Tucker. That's a big formula for success when come playoff time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
You.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll try and run it. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Tucker now to add the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ready to break. 36 to Mike. Here we go. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo.
Tannehill on first down. He gets it to Humphries. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the 50, it's Tannehill. They will find Davis. That's complete. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Tannehill now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10. Tannehill throwing again. He's got Smith here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. To the air again, Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. To throw is Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 15 now after the sack. It's third and goal. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. It's a gain of a couple on what should be the final carry of half number 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
Let's see how that recipe works. Now it's Tannehill. He's got Lewis. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for the Titans. 42 yards.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And boy, they hit that one.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. They'll run it again with Henry. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. The kick by Joseph is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Joseph now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. He uncorks it for Snead. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 34.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Push him back.
To throw is Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Ingram again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Snead's got it. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Ingram. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Seth Roberts, his second touchdown of the night as the Ravens push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Back now in Baltimore. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Tannehill now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught by Davis. A big play that time for the Titans. 44 yards. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover him.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Tannehill. The quick slant caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. From 6 yards away, as his guys are back within a single score. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Again, Tannehill. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. This is Ingram. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. On 3rd down, Jackson. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. And now he's going to use his legs. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Tight end's right.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Jackson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Jackson to throw on 3rd down. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now Tannehill and the Titans down by 6. Just under 2 minutes to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Set, go.
He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. This one caught by Davis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move.
Watch 36 to Mike.
Back to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on 1st. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
And we've reached the 1 minute mark in this game. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. First down now, but that clock rolling. Tannehill now to throw. His throw incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Ready.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Tannehill. And that is incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Ready? 54, right there. 54, Mike. Now watch one.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.